Last week, we brought you a report that confirmed essentially what we already knew. The White House aides covered up Joe Biden's apparent mental decline from day one of his presidency, shielding him from the public and even rearranging his schedule just to get him to bed earlier and accommodate for his good days and bad days. We were lied to repeatedly. Now, an interview with retired Army General Mark Milley on 60 Minutes has resurfaced from last year, and just listen to what he had to say about the Commander-in-Chief.
I would just tell you that I meet frequently with the President, and every single time I meet with him, he is just fine. If the American people are worried about an individual who is, someone who's making decisions of war and peace and has access to, makes the decisions of nuclear weapons and that sort of thing, I think they can rest easy.
Sleep easy. The man with cognitive decline who's running the country and is making decisions when it comes to nuclear weapons. I tell you who is sleeping easy. Take a look.
Aiming at aligning this project with national priorities and other bilateral and regional commitments. In closing,
there is Joe Biden earlier this month in Africa, sound asleep, not a care in the world during his meeting. But Kel, this response from Mark Milley is pretty wild because he's not just dancing around the question, he's blatantly lying, saying that he's having conversations with Joe Biden and there's nothing to see here.
Yes, so all of that was fantasy. All of that was fiction. He was just making it up. But they all were, not just from day one of his presidency, right through the campaign, well before he ran. Because he ran from the basement in Delaware on the basis that, there's COVID still around, so we can't let the old man out of the basement. And he didn't do the press conferences. He didn't face questions. He didn't do the big rallies. He didn't do the things he was not cognitively, and he wasn't cognitively capable then. I mean, the Democrats have been lying to us from the beginning. All they wanted to do was to get rid of Trump in 2020. And they decided that there had been so much turmoil, which was generated in the Democratic media, around Trump. The one thing they could offer the public was a nice old man, a nice grandfatherly old man, safe pair of hands. You know him. He was Obama's vice president. He's a nice man. You like him. He'll be okay. He won't do anything dramatic. So they lied from the beginning. They set him up when he should have been allowed to retire comfortably, instead of which they committed elder abuse, which is the only way you can describe what they did to Joe Biden. And the decisions that are supposedly being made by Biden now are clearly not being made by Biden at all. We've never known who's actually running the White House, presumably his staff, possibly the Obamas from somewhere behind us, the puppet masters. We just don't know who's been running America.